I'm Chelsea Brinson. I'm in the sports medicine program at Kaiser University, and I'm going to be interviewing Scott.
I'm Coach Scott. I own SFE Fitness, and I'm a partner in the Omni Fight Club here in Cape Coral.
Tell me about yourself. Did you go to school, and what did you study?
I did go through some certification courses. I went through ISSA, Basic Personal Training Certification. From there, I hold several certifications from ISSA and NESTA. I've done a physical therapy internship, been to several workshops. About sums it up.
How many employees do you have, and what do you look for when hiring them?
I manage anywhere between 6 to 12 employees based on seasonal needs. Some of the things I look for, obviously, availability. Availability and being a trainer can be kind of tough, especially if you're brand new. Most of the time they're holding another job, and this is their secondary until they can transition into this. I also look to see that they're doing this because they care about people and they want to help people. It's not just, I want to make quick money, because that just doesn't exist as a trainer. But that would be the big thing, are they willing to go out there and help the people, and are they there for the people? Are they moldable? Do they want to continue their education? I only want the best.
Give me some history on your businesses. What started it all?
Like I said, I started with an ISSA certification, and when I went to my first gym to, go get hired and make my hundreds of thousands of dollars that ISSA promised, I was actually turned down by every facility in town. And the only option I had was to create my own business, and I started doing outdoor boot camps at tennis courts and downtown Fort Myers. I did that for long enough until I built my own clientele, and then I was able to approach a facility with experience and a book, and I was able to get my journey started as a trainer.
Were you inspired by anyone growing up that made you want to get in the fitness industry?
Obviously, when you're younger as a kid, you see people like Arnold Schwarzenegger and Jay Cutler and all these neat fitness buffs. But for me, funny enough, I didn't really fall in love in fitness until later in life. I left the car business maybe 8 years ago, was not healthy, maybe about 300 pounds. Got into a gym, started working out, fell in love with it, had my own transformation, and from there decided to help other people do what I had done.
What would you recommend for a new trainer getting started out?
The most important thing you could do right out of the gate would go find a trainer that's reputable and ask them if you can shadow. And I don't mean shadow for 3 or 4 hours, I mean shadow for 2-3 months. Spend a lot of time understanding different clientele, program progression, different equipment. There's so much to learn. And taking a mentorship from somebody else can really elevate your trainer game very quickly if you take one with a good trainer.
Why did you decide you wanted to work for yourself?
Gyms are generally not stable for the most part. If you ask me to name a gym that's been here for 20 plus years, I can't. I believe one of the oldest ones is 23 years old, and even they just had a name change about 2 years ago to Gulf Coast Fitness. I knew that going out on my own and building my own brand would keep me survivable in a market that can sometimes be volatile. We are not a necessity for people. We're definitely, something people pay extra for.
What kind of leadership style would you say best suits you and your needs for your facility to remain successful?
You have to lead from the front, and you have to be a go-getter. As an owner, you're going to be responsible for marketing, hiring, revenue, bookkeeping, ordering equipment. There's just so many moving parts going on inside of a facility. And if you want to make money and do well, you have to do a lot of this on your own. You can't afford to hire 12 of your friends to do this with you. Your facility will collapse. So you really have to be high energy, stay on top of things, write things down, make your checklist, and make sure you're getting everything done on a daily basis. You have to lead from the front.
How did you come up with your business names?
My company started as Semperfit Elite Training and Nutrition. It was paying homage to the Marine Corps. I had served in the military and I enjoyed that. However, as my company began to grow, I was concerned that I might be a little too close for comfort to something the Marine Corps has, which is Semperfit. So with that said, I asked my members if we could come up with a name, and I did a raffle for a couple training sessions, and I saw a lot of great names get tossed out. And somebody said Strength for Everyone. And it made a lot of sense because the clientele at that time was 12-year-olds, 90-year-olds, people that were obese, people that were superstar athletes. We just were really helping everybody. So the name Strength for Everyone just kind of really stuck.
What does having good customer service mean to you?
Good customer service means that your members understand your program. You want the members to understand your training contracts, and the more that they understand, the less frustration you're going to have. When there's confusion, that's generally when we have frustration. That and always having open lines of communications with your client. I tell people, don't come down on your clients super hard if they're not doing what they're supposed to. They're going to become defensive. You're not going to have good communication. It's going to cause frustrations, and then things only get worse from there.
How do you deal with customers who are angry?
You definitely, want to listen to the problem. If it's something on your end, I always ask my members this probably weekly. How can I get better? And it's a great question because they don't feel intrusive in coming at you with something. And it allows you to kind of open up your own arms and kind of listen to what you're doing from a different perspective. I think that helps cut down on a lot of it. As a trainer, I've definitely missed a session here and there before. It's where I missed a booking time. You get busy and you don't pay attention to detail. If you're smart, you'll probably turn a 30-minute session into a 60, or you'll give them an additional session or something to show them that their time is important and them being there is important.
What do you feel are the most important qualities for being a good owner?
Attention to detail. Again, all those moving pieces. If you miss any one of them, it can become very detrimental very quickly. You need to have attention to detail. You need to be high energy. You need to be somebody that's a people person. I probably see 200-300 people a day on any given day, and I hope you have a personality for all of them.
How do you go about keeping your current clients but also gain more?
I like to highlight my clients, whether it's a fat loss, a weight gain, a Spartan race, a bodybuilding show. I find through highlighting them and giving them that positive reinforcement, it helps them want to stay. And I also built my company into a fit family. We like to go out and do things, whether it's barbecues or fitness events or just anything that kind of builds that camaraderie in that community. I think that definitely helps. As far as gaining new clients, again, when I highlight a client and I utilize social media a lot, when I put up that one client and I tag them, there's several hundred, sometimes thousands of people that see that one client transformation. And maybe only get 1 or 2%, but of 1,000, that's a lot, that may want to make that change. And then you start to build your inquiries from there and keep growing.
How do you survive the seasonal months as a trainer?
Yeah, seasonal months can be kind of tricky. I tell trainers this: you have to have more than one stream of revenue if you're going to survive as a trainer. Whether you're opening up your own little fun fitness clothing line, or you learn nutrition, or you learn rehab, make sure you have more than one niche as a trainer. Don't just be a weight loss trainer, or you will not survive summers if you're in a seasonal area like we are here in Florida. You have to be versatile as a trainer.
What is your primary focus to ensure customer satisfaction?
Again, communication. Communication's everything. Making sure that the members understand what's going on as far as their contracts are set up, what they're allowed to do, what they're not allowed to do. I also like having a comments box at the front. The members can kind of let me know what's going on, and that'll definitely keep you out of trouble.
How do you go about setting up your gym? Is there a method to how you arrange your equipment?
I've managed a lot of facilities over my time, and each facility comes with its own style or flavor. But one of the things you'll find in common is we're generally going to match leg equipment with leg equipment, back with back. We're going to group the equipment so you don't have to walk all over the place to try and get out your workout in, provided you're doing isolation movements. Some facilities, though, have been smart enough to set up like a 30-minute express track to where you can set up a back machine, a chest machine, an arm machine, a leg machine, and people can utilize a circuit very quickly, get in and get out. You find convenience. One of the reasons people don't go to gyms is because of convenience, whether it's your location or getting to gym equipment. So you definitely want to build a strategy that keeps your gym flow moving.
Do you think your companies are in good locations, and do you think that matters?
I really like my locations. I manage 2 clubs, country clubs in Naples, one in Estero. It's obviously a clientele that has a little bit more money than maybe somewhere like North Fort Myers or some parts of Cape Coral. The downside to being in those areas when you start getting into higher end communities and nice areas is that those are seasonal clients as well. So we kind of have a 6-month window to kind of nest egg, and then, well, you can enjoy your summer as long as you picked up enough hours. But again, you have to have those different revenue streams that are going to survive you through summer, and that's what we have here. So with me, I do everything from nutrition to basic rehab. We do clothing, we do supplements. We've kind of grown over the last couple of years.
Where do you see your businesses in the future?
In the future, I would like to be a part of every club that's Omni Fight Club in the state of Florida, at least in the next 5 years, and then be a part of several other clubs over the next 10 and 15.
Thank you, Scott, for your time.
You bet. That's only 10 minutes.